Thank you to Jaquan Jones, Luita Uwu, King J, and Pop Pop for becoming first tier members. Also, big shout out to Sam Cross for becoming a second tier member.
And hey, if you want to become a member, scroll down from the video and click the join button, or alternatively scroll down to this link. Members get videos anywhere from 24 hours to a week early. Now let's get on to the video.
What is up, guys? This is your boy Six coming at y'all with another video, and now we're gonna go over part 10 to what if Naruto was born 8 years early. In this part, we actually get through the entirety of the Madara thing up to where Kaguya is awakened, and I really think y'all gonna enjoy how I go about doing this. So, without further ado, thank you to Steak, our boy Steak Uchiha, for editing these videos, and our boy the Dragon Lord for creating our awesome intro and outro. So without further ado, roll that beautiful intro. Naruto and Shisui appear in a puff of smoke, standing atop of toads, both in their new attire. Naruto in a new orange jumpsuit, and Shisui in a waterbender type outfit, which you should be seeing on screen right now. They had exponentially grown. They had started getting close to their prime by aging quicker because of, obviously, the nature energy that they had been absorbing and letting flow through their bodies ever since they started the training. Minato had obviously seen this as a curious thing, for he didn't really notice it when he went through it, and Jiraiya ain't around right now to really ask, since he was out on another high level mission. Sure, the village was on a high lockdown, but there were still missions, and there were still S-rank missions to be had, Jiraiya being the one that would have handled it, where Tsunade and Orochimaru, the other two Sannin, would have currently still been in the village, ready to help fight Madara. Naruto and Shisui would look forward as they see Minato standing there. He had reverse summoned them back to their world and told them that it's now time for them to fight off against Madara. Madara was just standing on the ghetto statue as Naruto sees something happen. His mother gets lifted up in the air by some force, obviously the almighty pull, the Rinnegan ability. As Madara yells something and quickly goes through hand signs that he could even barely see with his Sharingan, the Nine Tails rips out a Kushina, her barely breathing on the floor. Naruto screams out to his mother as Minato appears and disappears, gone with her. Naruto and Shisui, now frustrated, would decide to full-on attack Madara. Since he was on the ghetto statue, they decided to have formed their Susanoo. The Nine Tails would not, though, be absorbed by said ghetto statue. He would actually be able to break free of the almighty pull and start fighting. He would see that Naruto and Shisui are actually fighting against Madara. Madara Uchiha, someone who Kurama had despised for years, someone who had forcibly controlled him. Kurama would slowly start fighting to behave more like he's trying to help Naruto and Shisui, for they're technically fighting toward the same goal, when Naruto and Shisui would have an idea. They both nod as they put themselves into a genjutsu along with Kurama, where they'd have a conversation. Time had seemingly slowed down. They don't know why, but they'll figure it out. This is obviously due to the Akoto Motsukami, or I don't really know how to say it, but Shisui's genjutsu, which is also now possessed by Naruto. And Kurama would say that he's not really there to get along with them. They have a common enemy, being obviously Madara. So what he'll do is he will share his chakra with them. It will obviously give them a gigantic boost. They're already really powerful, but this might be the push that allows them to win. He would also stare them down, saying that he'd never liked Uchihas, but the two of them might be an exception. He reminds them of someone, as the basically chakra essences of Indra and Ashura flash behind them, Kurama being the only one who caught a glimpse. He'd smile as they reappear. Naruto and Shisui would now be engulfed with the Nine Tails cloak. And on top of that, their Susanos would change color. Now, they had achieved something similar to KCM-1 or the Nine Tails KCM cloak that we saw in the War arc. Now they're actually seemingly a match for Madara, even though it's 3-on-1. Eventually, Madara would overpower them and basically grab Kurama and basically just absorb him. At this point, Madara had absorbed all the other Jinchuriki with the Ghetto statue, meaning he was being hyper-filled with chakra. It just came down to the right timing. As he absorbs Kurama, he would basically grab the chakra that was connected to Naruto and Shisui too, meaning he's grabbing their chakra out of their body. Both of them would fall to the ground, seemingly lifeless. Now, who would be able to save the shinobi world? Naruto and Shisui now in darkness. Madara awakening the Ten Tails. Humans everywhere on the planet would start being encased by this tree-like thing as Madara screams, "I won, Hashirama!" as he starts going through hand signs and seals the Ten Tails inside of himself, regaining all of his youth this time as the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. Naruto and Shisui wake up in a dark room filled with water. They don't really know where they are until they see each other. They look at each other and see a glimpse of something in the corner of their eyes. As they look, they see an old man floating there. His name is Hagoromo Otsutsuki. He would explain basically what he was and who he was. He was the Sage of Six Paths, and they were the reincarnations of his sons. They had kind of combined the two lines, Uchiha and Senju. He would tell them that he foresees something happening. The Uchiha clan would try and revolt, having control of the Nine Tails under two of their clan members, obviously being Shisui and Naruto. But they would end up dying to someone else. He will not disclose who this person is or when this event would happen. All he could say is that it will happen. But for now, he will gift them with something that might do right all the wrongs he had done. All the things he had caused not raising his sons properly. Naruto and Shisui feel a sting in opposing eyes. Shisui on the left and Naruto on the right. They had awakened 6 Tomo Rinnegan. Hagoromo says that this is his gift to them, as the Nine Tails appears in 2 forms behind both of them, one slightly brighter and one slightly dimmer. These are the 2 halves of Kurama. He had said that Kurama is the most powerful of the tailed beast, being able to be split in 2, and still each half being able to fight multiple tailed beasts. He will bestow this conscience upon them. They will not have Kurama's full power, as most of it was grabbed by the Ghetto statue. But he could give them some. They would not be able to continue with their toad companions who had disappeared seemingly in the fight, obviously to protect themselves. But the 2 halves of Kurama should be able to generate nature energy. This would give them a whole nother level of confidence. They would emerge from this slumber knowing that they are about to face Kaguya, which is exactly what they're faced with. Black Zetsu, who had been in Madara's sleeve, had taken over his body, as Naruto and Shisui had awakened and slashed through Madara. They had thought they could win this easily, but no. Now they're faced with the real threat, Kaguya, the bunny goddess. They stand high in their KCM-2 forms, or their Sage KCM forms, or 6 Paths KCM form, depending on how you call it. Okay, I get it, I'm beating around the bush. So now they're faced with Kaguya, a threat that wasn't to emerge for another 17 years. Now the fight begins. But y'all are gonna have to find out how that fight's gonna go on the next part 11. And yeah, I've really been enjoying making these parts. If y'all are seeing this, part 11 is probably already up for members. So if you haven't yet, like, comment down below, subscribe, and consider becoming a member. Thank you to our boy Steak Uchiha for editing these videos, and thank you to the Dragon Lord for creating our intros and outros. So without further ado, roll that beautiful outro.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Subscribe for more.
Yada yada does it.